Joe Rogan, I see that you have an insatiable lust for the ladies. Is that right? Try this trick, Joe. It's the fountain of orgasm for women. It'll give her 1 to 2 orgasms a minute for even an hour if you play it right. 2 fingers in and up to the bottom of the G-spot. And now your left hand not pinching nipple or grabbing ass, but pressing down below her belly button against those 2 fingers inside and up, compressing the G-spot from the top and the bottom, playing in a violin action. That's Violin, the name I named the technique. I call it the Violin. And you can take her to 100 orgasms easy in an hour. It's funny, I told a worker here at Villa Fairmont about the Violin, and he tried it on his wife, and he said it works. And then my conservator, Gina Holden, said I was delusional. I'm not delusional when I say that she didn't find a place for me to stay because it wasn't her job, supposedly. I've been trapped in a insane asylum for going on 5 months. I'm like John Nash in A Beautiful Mind. I'm a future Nobel Prize winner, and I'm trapped. I can't get out. Supposedly, I've supposedly been released, Joe, for 2 or 3 months now, but COVID-19 is making it hard to find a place. Even if my conservator was looking, which she isn't, she's not doing her fucking job. That's a side note. What's up, Gina? You looking at this video now, bitch? That's what you are. Anyhow, Joe, pressing down on the belly, below the belly button, against the inside fingers in and up to the bottom of the G-spot. Those fingers touching each other, compressing, polarizing the G-spot from the top and the bottom. It's like magic. I have many fans out there that have tried it and say it works. I have one fan that said it saved his marriage. And when her pussy starts to attack your face and come off the bed because it feels so good, the miracle, know that Stevia is just as good for the body as the Violin is for sex. The Stevia miracle that I discovered, Joe, would lean you up and rip you up, shred you up. I shot up to 254 pounds when I was in the hospital, and I'm down to 228, and my face is completely different than from 3 months ago when I was sending my first videos out to you. I was fat, chubby. Now I'm getting lean. It's all because of Stevia. I'm eating like a pig in here, but the Stevia is leaning me down. You can actually snort Stevia, Joe. It's a replacement for cocaine. It is sweet cocaine. It's a stimulant. Put it in your water and your drink, and it energizes your body. It's like gasoline additive to race car engines for the human body. Anyway, Joe, I sent you many messages. I didn't call Dana White and threaten him. That was an English or Irish voice that was on the telephone line, and TMZ libeled me, defamed me globally, saying it was Dan Quinn. But I guess they say any kind of fame is good, or any kind of publicity. Hopefully people started to pay attention to what I was saying about Stevia and the Violin. I have 2 bona fide miracles. The Stevia miracle is going to make me a lot of money, Joe. Put Stevia in water and blend, and you'll see an explosion as water triples in size, morphs into a white soup. It's called split H2O natural gas. They can make engines to run off that, Joe. They can make engines to run off water without petroleum. And people don't realize that petroleum isn't used to power cars. It's used to explode the hydrogen into toxic dust called smog inside the internal combustion engine, which is dehydrating this planet at a prolific rate if we don't stop it. Get me on your show, Joe. Help me save the planet. We have to switch from electric cars to engines that are run on pure H2O. And the violin can be the first link in your miracle step to seeing that what I'm saying is valid. Yeah, my conservator's saying I'm delusional. I have 2 miracles, and that bitch is making minimum wage, working for the state, dealing with people that are disenfranchised. Anyway, that's a whole different story. Play the violin, Joe. You have an insatiable lust for ladies. This will take your game up to an A+ in the bedroom. They don't care what you do with your dick after you take them to 100 orgasms. They're so satisfied. You can get in, get out, have a nice day. It's a miracle. Anyhow, 2 miracles, Joe. Say that Dan Quinn is going to be famous. I should have been famous a long time ago. Look at the play at Notre Dame when I catch a tailback diving for a touchdown on 4th and inches. And immediately when I hit the sideline, Joe, I was fired because Lou Holtz had ordered me to stay home and look for a sweep on 4th and inches. Pittsburgh had already done a quarterback sneak. There was already precedent that all the action was going to be up the center, up the middle. And Holtz ordering me to stay home and look for a sweep is testament to my athletic ability back then. I was fast. I could catch Tim Brown from behind. I could cover Ricky Waters and Alan Pickett man for man downfield and shut them down. I put players out of games, not at Notre Dame, but in high school on a regular basis with concussions. I put people at Notre Dame out of practice with concussions. I was a vicious hitter. I was like Jack Tatum, a headhunter. And when I hit the sidelines and I got fired for making the greatest stop in history in Notre Dame, I quit football and chose boxing. And within 2 years, Joe, I was Florida Golden Glove champ and ranked number 9 in the country. And then I got Rodney King'd by a Miami police officer. What I did is I told him I had gotten arrested on a case of mistaken identity, and he was trying to clown me like I was some physical piece of shit. And I told the cop that it wasn't my fault that his mom and dad should have been spayed and neutered to prevent the lump of genetic shit sitting in front of me. And the cop went nuts, and I was handcuffed in a chair, and he punched me out of the chair onto the floor. And I started laughing, and I started, no bitches that hit harder than that. And then he really lost his mind, and he grabbed my foot and twisted it and tore every ligament in my knee and tore the calf muscle fascia from the bone. I looked like the Elephant Man. It kept me out of boxing for 6 months. I couldn't run. And then I moved to Sacramento, got involved in the methamphetamine game, got involved in working at biker bars as a bouncer and then as a manager. And all my knockouts run the street or in the club, knocking people out on a regular basis. They have a video of me at Sacramento County Jail, Joe, of me knocking out Sac Maniac Taz in front of all the Mexicans and the brothers, all the Oak Park Bloods, the Oak Park Zilla Bloods, and all of the Norteños who were chanting my name, according to Bryce Peeler, my brother. I love that kid. He's like a son, a brother to me. And he got set up by a, I can't remember the cop's name. It was a guy that used to play for USC. He's a Sacramento sheriff. And he said that Bryce Peeler got out of the car and ran past him pointing a gun. That was impossible, Joe. They had an officer posted up on the corner with the AR-15. Bryce got out of the car, ran directly for the fence, hopped it, and they charged him and gave him 35 years. And I guess he's already beat a couple of the cases and has a knockdown to where he's going to be out in 5. But that's one of my best friends. And in defense of him, I knock out Sack Maniac Taz, who's a beast, on 8 West 200 pod, which is the prison pod. That's where they put me, Joe. I guess it would have started a problem, me playing chess with a member of the BGF, the Black Gorilla family. Anyway, long story short, Joe, I have 2 miracles: bona fide stevia, splits water into a natural gas. All the toxins float at the end of the blend like soap for easy removal. Get them all out. It makes what I call pure H2O, and pure H2O is the equivalent of the fountain of youth. The fountain of youth, pure H2O, knocks 74 pounds of flabby fat and six cancerous breast tumors from my uncle in 4 months, just drinking sweet water from stevia. And it also splits water into a natural gas called split H2O. Look it up, Joe. They can run engines to power cars and airplanes off split H2O. We can stop frying our water into toxic dust and vanishing it on this earth. And the Violin, the fountain of orgasm for women, Gina Holden, is valid. It works. I've done it many times. I did it to 3 escorts off of Craigslist when they actually used to have an escort session. I said, if I could make you come 100 times, would you charge me? I said, or would it be free? They said it would be free. And so I did it. And 2 of them wanted to become my girlfriends. True story, Joe. The Violin is a miracle in your insatiable lust for women. How about pleasuring them for 100 orgasms before you actually pleasure yourself? Validate that Dan Quinn has discovered 1 miracle. That'll lead to Stevia getting validated as another miracle. And that'll help me get to where I should have been many years ago, known as the true Dan Quinn. The bad boy. Ask Boogaloo, the artist that drew the bad boy, Joe. I knocked out 5 guys at Juanita's in Encinitas, California. 4 who came to attack me, and then 1 New Yorker who thought that I was picking on him. I knocked him out in front of his girlfriend. If I had thought that I wasn't ugly at that time, because when I looked at women, they looked away, and I thought that, God, I must be ugly as fuck. Turned out that it was the exact opposite, and they were shy. I should have taken his girlfriend and played the violin on her, although I didn't know about the violin back then. Another story, Joe. Many stories, like Mark Brannon, the character in Mel Gibson's Tequila Sunrise. He was Mel Gibson in real life. He was a friend of mine. There's many stories there, Joe. Story after story after story that's true, that people are interested in, but hardly anybody knows my name. I had a YouTube account that had 998,000 hits, and a hater got it shut down over bullshit. I disappeared again, got kicked off for nothing, got back on. You know, haters out there hate, and I need somebody like you to give me a platform to tell my story, to tell my miracles, and get them world famous. So Joe Rogan, will you stop turning your back on me? I know Diego Sanchez gave you a call. He did it right in front of me. Mention my name. Get me on your show. Tell Dana it wasn't me threatening him. It was somebody else. And help me get my miracles famous. Peace out, brother.